Ben 10 has so many amazing aliens. Could you imagine what it must feel like to turn into one of these aliens? That got me thinking, if I was in the Ben 10 world and I had my own Omnitrix, what aliens would I want in my playlist if I only got one playlist of 10? I'd want to pick aliens that I think were fun to turn into, but I would also want to pick aliens that could defend me and take on these world-ending threats that Ben has to face sometimes. So if I had my own Omnitrix and I was in the Ben 10 world, here are 10 aliens I would pick in my playlist. I'll be starting my playlist with a galvanic mechamorph, or better known as Upgrade. All the technological threats that Ben has faced and all the robots, Upgrade is a must-have. Could you imagine how many fights would have been way easier on Ben if he'd had got to use Upgrade? Of course, in the Alien Force era, he didn't have access to Upgrade, and when he finally did in Ultimate Alien, he didn't really get used. But it also looks really fun to turn into Upgrade too. It looks like it would be fun to stretch around and take over machines. Next on my list, I would pick Swampfire, one of the go-to aliens in Alien Force. Swampfire would be great for a lot of combat situations, and he fills Heat Blast role as well as Wild Vines role. Plus, I could regenerate. Do you know how awesome that would be? I could take a lot of damage and I'd be fun. Now that's a lot of damage. Next on my list, I would pick Diamond Head. Do you know how awesome that would be to be able to shoot diamonds, control diamonds? Plus, Ben also used Diamond Head to take out Vilgax in Alien Force in the Season 3 premiere. Diamond Head does seem to have a weakness to sonic attacks, but other than that, Diamond Head, extremely powerful alien. Next on my list would be the Ecto-Neurotic Ghost Freak. Being able to go intangible would help in so many fights. And true, I could pick Big Chill, but one advantage Ghost Freak has that Big Chill cannot do, Ghost Freak can possess people. I feel like that could come in handy in a lot of situations, even more than freezing people would. Plus, this is also about turning into aliens I really like as well, so I'm going to go with Ghost Freak. I do still love Big Chill though. Next on the list, we're going to go with Feedback. Feedback seems pretty dang strong, plus being able to absorb electricity and shoot it out seems freaking awesome. The next alien on the list is going to be Atomics. If Diamond Head or Swampfire weren't enough muscle, then Atomics definitely would be. Shown to be stronger than Albedo's ultimate Humongousaur, so Atomics is pretty freaking strong. Next on the list, I would put Jet Ray. With an aerophibian, I would be able to breathe underwater and breathe in space, and I would be able to fly. So he would be ideal in a lot of situations. Very versatile alien. Now number 8, more of an obvious choice, freaking way big. Being able to turn into a Tuco star would really help a lot. Being that big whenever there's a giant foe to face, yeah, I definitely want way big. Now number 9, I would pick Clockwork. Having time powers I think could come in handy in a lot of situations, and being able to slow down time may actually help me stop major world-ending threats without having to use Alien X, which is not on the list. Last but not least, a surprising pick for this list, Spitter. Okay, being able to turn into Spitter looks kind of cool. I want to know what it feels like to be Spitter. Hashtag Spitter needs more love. And this is more just an alien I think it would be fun to turn into. Some honorable mentions here. Spider Monkey would have been awesome to turn into. Gray Matter, plus, might be able to solve problems that I would not be able to in my normal state. And Forearms would also be really fun to turn into. But, last spot's going to Spitter, because Spitter needs more love. Make Spitter great again.